Hi, my name is Ray Eves, and this is the sixth video in the series, The Olmecs Discovered America. Christopher Columbus is an invader. Truth is truth. Six other videos have been made in this series. If this is your first video, please go back to video number 1 so you'll fully understand and comprehend the process and progress of the history. Today, we will deal with the center of Olmec civilization at La Venta, Mexico. La Venta, Mexico was the center of Olmec civilization, where huge statues of Olmec heads were discovered in 1862 but were never publicized outside of Mexico in attempts to conceal their African origin. Some of those heads weigh 25 tons, 50,000 pounds. And since there were no stones in La Venta, the archaeologists were puzzled as to how it was done. These gigantic heads were images of the elite amongst the Olmecs, the priests. Two of those heads found at La Venta had teeth carved out, which is an African trait, not an American trait. A similar trait was seen on the face on Mars on July 20th, 1976. Two of NASA's space engineers, Vincent DePietro and Greg Molinar, discovered a 1-mile wide face while checking photographs of the surface of the planet Mars. These photographs were taken by NASA's Viking 1 and Viking 2 spacecraft. There was also a huge 5-sided pyramid standing nearby. Yes, on Mars. Some of the Nubian statues at La Venta stood 8 feet high, 8 feet 6 inches high, and 22 feet in circumference, had earplugs in each ear, an Egyptian ankh carved in each earplug. These statues had helmets that are similar to the leather helmets worn by the Egyptian Nubian army in the time of the Ramessids, Egyptian pharaohs. How did the Olmecs carve or transport these large boulders from Tuxtla, which is 60 miles away, to La Venta? The pyramids in Mexico, or any pyramid for that matter, were not just built for royal tombs or platforms for temples and palaces. Pyramids are electromagnetic antennas that create standing columnar waves to prevent the wobble of the earth. After the destruction of Atlantis, North America, and the earth's axis shifted from a 90-degree axis to a 23-degree axis, the planet needed to be balanced. So pyramids at Giza were built to balance the magnetic fields and the land masses of the earth. The Great Pyramid at Giza generates a double helix, which is a standing columnar wave. If the energy is perpendicular to the earth, it is called a standing columnar wave. If the wave is horizontal, it's called a solitron. The Tropic of Cancer is that imaginary line running around the planet at 32 to 33 degrees north of the equator, which touches all the special spots, like the pyramids in Egypt and Sudan, the pyramids in Mexico, the Bermuda Triangle, the pyramids in China and Japan, and the pyramids that were destroyed in Edenton, Georgia, USA. This solitron standing columnar wave system generated by the pyramids creates a world grid system of free energy, also called blast electricity, that is in the air all around us. The scientist Nikola Tesla used this energy to create or to power a radio-controlled automobile which he invented in the year 1938 AD. Needless to say, that vehicle was never developed because it would have destroyed the world's oil industry. Tesla's brother, Edward Leeds Calnin, also used this free energy to create Coral Castle in Homestead, Florida. Leeds Calnin built a planetarium park all by himself using thousands of tons of oolitic limestone. No one saw how he moved or carved those massive boulders, some of which weighed 18,000 pounds, for the work was always done at night. This information and much, much more is taught to us by Hermes Trismegistus, Dr. Malachi Z. York, who is born of Mary C. York of the Tushka village in Egypt, which has been submerged at the bottom of Lake Nubia or Lake Nasir. Tushka is a village that was drowned by the collaboration of international politics for the sake of a hydroelectric power program. So, millions of years of Egyptian history is just sitting beneath Lake Nasir. Mary C. York and her brother Hamza el-Din are direct descendants of the original Egyptians, Tutankhamun, Nefertiti, and Akhenaton. Dr. Malachi Z. York, his father, is El-Hadi Abdurrahman El-Mahdi, 1922 through 1970 AD, who is the grandson of the well-renowned and prophesied Al-Mahdi of the Sudan, 1845 through 1885 AD. Al-Mahdi was the Egyptian mystic who cleansed the Sudan of the Anglo-Egyptians and Turks in the 1800s. So, Dr. Malachi Z. York has the genetic or the proven genetic link all the way back to Amun-Re. This is all about genetics. So, in closing, please stop being misled any longer. Ancient Egyptians called Olmecs inhabited America millions of years ago before the continents drifted apart to what they are today. Then, in 459 AD, Mongolians under Hussein of the Shang dynasty came and mixed in with the Olmecs. Then, in the 1300s, Abu Bakari and Mansa Khan Musa, who are Malian Moors, came and mix in with the Olmecs. So when Christopher Columbus came here, America was already well occupied by the Olmecs, Mayans, Aztecs, and American Indians. Well inhabited and furnished with Olmec heads, statues, pyramids, and Native American pyramid mounds. That makes Christopher Columbus an invader, not a discoverer. Truth is truth. Truth stands, falsehood perishes. And as Dr. Malachi Z. York would say, don't believe me, check it out. That ends today's video. We hope you learned something from this video, and we urge you to share this video and to subscribe to the only channel where you will learn true ancient Egyptian mysteries. No more lies, no more guesswork. So subscribe and click the like button below. Until we see at video number 8.